All right guys, are you sick and tired of chunking the ball? You're constantly hitting behind the ball, laying the sod over it. So frustrating. I got a great drill for you that's really going to help you to ingrain this. So first off, let's start out by grabbing some golf tees, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the golf ball that I'm going to hit on the ground. Let's say it's going to be right here. I'm going to set a tee about 5 or 6 inches in front of that golf ball and really low and close to the ground. So I'm really going to have to come through, make contact with my golf ball here, and then keep that nice shallow angle of attack, that shallow divot coming through the ball, and my club is going to cut through the turf and clip that tee. I should at least barely touch that tee, if not knock it completely out of the ground. So you're going to tee this one up to where it's about, you're starting out about a 1/2 inch, and then you can go down to about a 1/4 inch after that. So in a perfect world, if we're going to really make clean contact, we're going to come down, hit that golf ball, and our club is going to continue down into the turf on a very shallow angle. Imagine the leading edge of your club is kind of like a razor blade, and we're going to slice the top layer of turf off without getting really deep into the ground. So a lot of times what I see people do is they want to hit down in front of the golf ball, and bam, I start hitting down even harder into the ground, which can make me inconsistent if I'm not catching the ball perfectly. This should be nice and shallow. There's a couple things I'm going to walk you through that are going to help you to get this shallow angle and also to get the forward shaft lean. So as I'm coming into the ball, the only way I'm going to be able to take that divot in front of the golf ball is if I have my forward shaft lean, meaning the hands are in front of the club head through contact. And let me lead you through a couple drills that are going to help with this. So number one, I need to feel like I'm coming shallow into the ball in general. So let's go ahead and take this out of the frame, and let's imagine I'm going to go this way. If I'm coming down over the top, meaning my club's coming kind of right to left across the ball, this is going to be very steep. I'm going to have a tendency to hit down behind the ball. I want to have my club coming down to where my club, if we're looking from a video from down the line, my club should be coming kind of right down my forearm if you're looking at that on camera. So it's traveling down my forearm. At the same time, I'm letting my left wrist start to bow out a little bit. If you had a wristwatch, it would be going out this way. There's that bowing. You can see that's starting to close my club face a little bit. If I had the logo of my glove, I want to imagine that I'm turning it down toward the ground. So my club is coming in pretty nice and shallow with the turf, slightly from the inside, you could call it that. And my wrists at this time are bowing to make sure that I'm closing that club face. I'm going to be able to square up the club face at that point to come in nice and shallow as I'm coming through the shot. So number one, make sure we're coming in shallow. I don't want to be coming in steep like this. Nice and shallow. Number two, I'm bowing my left wrist to be able to compress that golf ball and hit it nice and crisp and clean. Number two, I'm going to make sure that I'm coming through the shot with that bowed wrist still intact. So now I'm coming down nice and shallow. I want to pause at impact here. My hips are going to go ahead and open up about 45 degrees. I want to make sure that my wrist is still bowed out in front slightly, and then I'm taking loft off the club. So now you can see the butt end of the club is a good 6 or 8 inches in front of the head of the club. And then finally, to make sure that we actually reach that tee, now we're going to let this wrist go ahead and go back to neutral. So here's a bowed position, and there's neutral, and now I'm in my straight line release, meaning that my club's about 45 degrees in front, and this club shaft is now splitting my forearms, and I've released that club. That's what allows it to come down and through and really extend through the ball nice and shallow. So let's go ahead and try a couple practice swings where I'll just practice clipping the turf and then hitting that tee out in front. Again, nice and shallow, wrist is bowing. Number two, hips are open, forward shaft lean. And then number three, I've released the club, good straight arms. I'm in my straight line release position like we talk about on the website, and I've really extended out, so I'd be clipping that tee. So again, I'm going to set that tee in the ground, imagine my golf ball here, do those checkpoints. We can see that I'm clipping that tee every single time, so I know I'm doing great. Once we've done that about 20 or 30 times and we really feel good with it, now we can set this golf ball up. If we're starting out, we'll get about a 1/2 inch off the ground with that tee. As we get a little bit more advanced, we may get a 1/4 inch off the ground. And I'm really going to have to extend through there. Let me go here so I'll be lined up with the camera. I'm really going to have to extend through there to reach that tee and clip it out of the ground. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. There we go, nice solid shot. Got the tee, you can see it's sitting up about 1.5 inches off the ground now, meaning that I came down and through that shot. Sometimes they'll pop out of the ground, sometimes they won't. But I recommend also, when I'm doing this drill, I get these good plastic tees. That way you can hit them 40 or 50 times before they break. That's gonna help you to not run through and break 100 tees when you're practicing. It gets a little bit expensive doing that. So good luck to you guys. Work hard on those drills, follow those checkpoints. You guys are gonna be compressing that golf ball like never before. Hi guys, I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. If you did, I got a great bonus for you. I'm gonna play a preview from one of my #1 lag videos. Are you struggling to get a lot of lag in the downswing? We know how important that is. We gotta get lag, we gotta release that lag to really let that club whip through contact. I'm gonna play a preview from one of the best lag drills out there that I have. I'm gonna show you how players like Rory McIlroy, Tiger Woods, Adam Scott all use this in their own swing. It's gonna help you to hit it a lot farther, pick up some great speed. If you wanna watch that video, go ahead and click the link that pops up on your screen. If you're on a mobile device, a phone, a tablet, go ahead and click the iCard, which is gonna allow you to get instant access to that. If you guys have any questions, post them in the comments below. Click that thumbs up button, that really helps us out. And be sure to subscribe, that way you'll see our latest videos. Good luck, and I'll see you in the lag video. Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm Clay Ballard, and in today's video, we're gonna talk about one of the absolute worst drills for creating lag. It's a very common drill that I see. And in this drill, what we're gonna do is we're gonna set the wrist very early to create an angle of lag, and then we're gonna try to hold this throughout the swing. It's one of the worst things that you can do to build lag. I'm gonna talk about the science behind why this is the case, and I'm also gonna give you a great drill to help you improve your lag, all in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. If I do it this way versus holding that position, exact same thing happens when we're building the lag in the golf swing. So what we wanna do is throughout the swing, I wanna have a very low and wide takeaway. So I'm not gonna set my wrist early at all. If you look at a lot of the top players, you look at Adam Scott, very wide takeaway, not very much wrist set at all. You look at Rory McIlroy, look at Tiger Woods. All these players are using a wide takeaway and not getting very much wrist set, so that later in the swing, as we start down, we can increase this wrist set, and we're really only gonna max out this angle of lag for a split second in the downswing. Okay, so a 3-step drill here. Now, as we get started with this, I want to remind you that the fulcrum in this golf club for getting a massive amount of lag is right at the end of the golf club. This is where I want my hinge point to be. I want to use the full length of this club to build lag and then release.